Well, y'all, this is gonna be awkward. Hey everybody, this is Sam from Working Title, here today for the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power TV series. But wait, where is everybody? They don't want to watch the show anymore. And I don't blame them. As you can tell from the past thumbnail, we're not feeling too hot about the show. We decided we kind of want to back away from it, not have to have an organized gathering, a part of our schedule for doing the show. We'd rather, make use of our time for things we want to watch. Only reason I'm doing this, actually, is because my brother told me he really liked the most recent episode and told me to give it a chance. So here I am. I'm giving it a chance. I talked to Will. I think what I'm going to do is wrap up the show. It is going to be a solo reaction, so one, if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings series, sorry about that. Two, if you don't like me personally, as opposed to some of the other boys, this is not going to be the reaction for you. This is going to be a solo reaction for the rest of the series, because I do want to finish it. I want to close out the chapters of the first season, see how I'm feeling by the end, see if we want to come back for season 2. Maybe season 2 is more exciting and the boys might return. But for right now, it looks like it's just going to be me. Hope you're okay with that. Today's episode is called Udûn. Now, I'm familiar with this term already. This is quite an interesting name because this is technically, I think, an area inside of Mordor, inside that, I don't know if that works. It's the first region you go into in Mordor, past the Black Gate. If you played the Shadows of Mordor game, you should be familiar with it. It's the whole area that you play in as Talion and, spoiler, Celebrimbor. Hopefully this is a good episode. Before we begin though, make sure you leave a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content and you want to stay tuned for more shows in general. We're currently running through Death Note and Full Metal Alchemist, available over on Patreon. You can get 1 and 2 week early access over there. We also got Studio Ghibli movies. If you're a fan of anime, for sure, check that out. You'll be able to get those months in advance before other people. And make sure you support the show on Amazon Prime. I do not own it. You do not own it. And yeah, make sure you support the show. We're going to punch it. I'm gonna punch it. Oh my gosh. Go get your nails fixed, dude. You need some manicure and a pedicure, I am sure of it. Oh man. Did he just put a spell on the earth? What was that all about? He just cursed the land?
One more trial awaits us.
And what is that? That ain't a trial? That's just another obstacle. It's like farmers. Like 10 of them. Nom pop. Nom pop. Oh man, we're already at the front door. This ain't good. Oh no. This is loud as hell. I gotta turn this down. Something's gonna jump scare me for sure.
Can't find tooth nor tail of him. Must have got smart, scarped.
Oh, that wasn't a good surprise. What happened to stealth? He had to wait till the guy said, "He's here." Unless that was part of the surprise. I think that was part of the surprise. Wait. Oh. Oh. Oh! I definitely spoke to... Damn! Oh, he just closed them in too! Ah! Yeah, that was clever. Dang! He embraces it. Wow. Wow. How? How? You made it such a big deal that they couldn't escape. That seemed easy. How do they do that? Whatever. Whatever. We'll talk about it later. Is it bad that I like that horse more than Isildur, and all it's done is eat an apple? That's not good. That's not good at all. And you wasted the apple. Just give the rest of the horse. This is why I don't like you.
Despise not the labor which humbles the heart. Humility has saved entire kingdoms, the proud have all but led to ruin.
I did not join this expedition to be humbled.
You need it.
Then for what did you join, soldier?
I was just trying to get away. As far as I could from that place.
Numenor.
It's not Numenor.
It's a prison.
It ever existed.
That's how it feels. Feels like a freaking prison.
It exists still.
Soldier.
Captain.
It's a full day's sail into the mountains, and from there, another day's ride east into the Vale.
Oh, wait.
Tell them to make all possible haste.
So, I think they're going in the Southlands. It looked like that was the stretch of the Mordor Mountains, right? Yeah, it is. And they're gonna make land at Minas Tirith, yeah. Or am I wrong about that? I might be wrong about that. Never mind. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that it's a Morgul blade. If that's true, do Morgul blades predate Nazgul? I would have just assumed that Nazgul came first and then blades were made for them, you know? Or it corrupted the king's swords and then become Nazgul blades, but I don't know. Yikes.
Our position gives us an advantage, but to use it, we must draw the enemy in close.
You went into the valley, the lowest point.
Let's cross that bridge to spring our attack.
I'm hoping for the best, but I feel like they're gonna get clapped by a whole nother group that's coming in. I mean, surely the group with Adar is not the only group, you know?
Do you believe it? Do you believe it?
Sure! So, most people are gonna die.
What about me?
Tavern.
Taverns for wounded and children. I can fight.
You're a child.
Which is why I need you in there protecting.
Can't even grow a mustache. Still got that peach fuzz.
Remember when I was little? When I used to have bad dreams? You remember what you used to say? When you would hold me in the dark? Would you say it to me now?
In the end, this shadow is but a small and passing thing.
Yeah, that was kind of sweet.
There is light and high beauty, forever beyond its reach. Find the light, and the shadow will not find you.
Okay, I admit that's pretty freaking touching. You know, Theo reminds me a lot of Isildur, weirdly enough. Except, Theo has a mother still. It's not supposed to be a mean joke, FYI. I'm just taking note to the parallels. Or lack thereof.
It is a tradition among elves. Before the battle begins, plant one.
New life, in defiance of death.
That's a cool concept, actually. It's like, post-martyrdom. But instead of killing the enemy after dying, you just regrow life after you die to replace you. Kinda.
A new garden. You and I. And Theo.
I wish the buildup was better than that, but I'm happy for them, you know? It's just fireflies. Nothing to be scared of, I think. Oh, those are big fireflies. Never mind. Alright, before this, like, actually begins, I know it's about to probably pop off, but Stake-wise, I don't think that Theo, Bronwyn, and Arendir are gonna die, but we'll see. Be curious if we actually get like a serious death in this show. That's Black Tar. Oh! 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 Yikes! Oh! Run! Got you with that scythe. Okay. Okay. Is that just a block off a group? Oh, okay. Or oh, block them in. Oh, yeah, they're blocking them in. Nice. They're pretty well thought out. That was a good strat. Woo, gosh, man. I love that. I love how the archers for elves are just so efficient at those pullbacks. Orc just falls through the roof. Oh, wow. Yeah, I want to see Arendir struggle too. I don't want him to just be like the best of the best. Like I was satisfied when I think I'm about to get what I was just talking about. I was gonna say, I loved when Legolas got thrown around by Bolg, you know, a competitor. I think we just found a competitor. This dude is massive. Let's go. Okay. Damn. Lift him up. Throw him down. Also, I am rooting for Arendir, by the way. I'm just saying, I want, you know, not just a one-way fight. Oh! Oh! Oh, he just got hit in the eye! Oh, this is exactly like... I got exactly what I asked for. This is a lot like Legolas and Bolg. Damn! The thing is still in his eye! Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have... Oh! 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 No, thank you! Oh! Close your mouth! You, dear Lord! 10 out of 10. I like that fight. 10 out of 10. I liked that fight. Not the episode yet. Doesn't get a 10 out of 10, but that fight does. Dear Lord. Okay, well, it looks like a success. I know it ain't, because we just started the episode. That person was moving. Is it the guy? The man that sided with the orcs? Yeah, it's red blood. That's not an orc. Yeah, you're fighting men. It's not just orcs. Is that not common knowledge? I thought humans teamed up with orcs sometimes, you know? It would be technically some of their own men, and some of them left. Or is it just the fact that, you know, they're killing their own people, and they didn't even realize it this whole time? Yeah. Oh my... How do we... Is it... They sent... Yeah, they sent the humans in first. Wow. Oh, they were the bait. Oh my gosh. They sent them in as bait. That sucks, because they got pranked. Oh, now the real fight begins. Are you serious? What was that, Bronwyn? Sorry. Oh! It was! Oh shoot! Oh, it's just a random woman. I'm sorry. Oh, they got it through the heart. Oh no. Oh my gosh. They're doing so bad in comparison.
You have to stop the bleeding.
I don't think
Either you're gonna do this or I'm gonna die. Do you understand?
Remember what I said about Isildur earlier? Oh. I was even expecting a jump scare too. What are we supposed to do, dog? And the battle hasn't even really begun yet. Udûn is technically now about to start fighting. Our technical only bad guy. And everybody's like not ready to even fight. So how... I mean, how much time do we got on this episode? We're not even halfway through with the bloody thing. Is Arondir gonna have to 1v 200 or something? Riding on my little horsey too. Ba-bong, ba-bong, bong, bong, ta-dong, ta-dong, ta-ta-ga-ta-ga-dong, ta-dong. Oh, where are we charging? Looks awesome. Don't know where the hell we are. Think we're in Minas Tirith. This isn't good. See what I mean? Well, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do, people? Was Arondir gonna have to convert in order to save these people? That's what I was saying the other day. He didn't kill this guy. He had the chance to kill this guy, and he didn't. What was the point? To give a warning that was already obvious? I don't think so.
Sani Kistin. Antony.
Why
sacrifice their lives for such a little thing?
Bro, they're just doing it. I don't even know what to do. And it sucks too because if you enjoy them, they're making you stab people you like. So what's even the point? You're losing people either way. That's not a good recruitment system. Oh.
It's under here.
A sword. Can Theo grab it and just 1v100? You know? Upgrade? It's not gonna happen, but that'd be cool. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here. What is that sound? Is it the horses? It's the horses! How's it day? Oh, hell yeah, baby. Oh no, take no prisoners! Y'all about to get flanked, dumbasses. Yeah. I love it. They look just like the Rohirrim too. That's crazy. And they got like the Numenor helmets too. That look like Gondor helmets. Love that. Love that. Let's go, Theo. Galadriel, do something cool in the show, please. Woo! Okay, yep, there you... This show's just answering my prayers in the moment. Yeah, Isildur's friend number 1. Pop off. Yeah. Oh! Dude, why is this show being good all of a sudden?
Makta, their commander.
Why are there no subtitles? I want to know the Elven. Damn it. Ooh, ho, ho, I like it. You got me when it comes to choir music. Benjen! I still kind of want to vote for Benjen and not die in the first season. But where is he gonna go? Ah! Oh! Now, Brando, no! Oh! There goes the horse. Why I gotta do the horse dirty like that? It did nothing.
We need him alive.
What?
We need him alive.
For what? Oh, figuring out where Sauron is?
Where is he? Where's Sauron?
What is the difference between Adar and his children, you know?
Bring our prisoners.
Like, I know he still looks like a human, but in technicality, aren't orcs elves that have become...
Morgoth's defeat. I sacrificed enough of my children for his aspirations. I split him open. I killed Sauron.
I do not believe you.
What?
But you shall be kept alive. I will whisper in your piked ear that all your offspring are dead.
Dang, Galadriel, that's kind of dark. Like, I get that they're evil, but, like, don't even give evil the time of day. Why are you getting, like, all evil yourself? Just say, I'm gonna kill you, or something like that. Make it simple.
I'm not the only elf alive that's being transformed by dark.
Yeah, seriously, preach. What the fudge? You're pretty crazy, Galadriel. Okay, what happened to not killing him? Just waiting for something absolutely horrible to go down at this point. This episode got way too quiet after being a battle episode, yeah.
Who are you?
Sauron, where are you at? I know you're supposed to be an elf in disguise, but are they switching it up?
Whatever it was he did to you, and whatever it was you did, be free of it.
Easier said than done. Galadriel can't let go of nothing. Priceless hearing that from her. Let go of your brother's death. Idiot. Girl, she needs a hug or something. Do elves like affection? I feel like a hug would do her good.
Call for me, Your Majesty.
Here is your king.
This is Lord Halbrand.
Is it true? Are you the king we were promised?
Missed the word witch before that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, he's not backing out of it. Oh boy. Okay, oh hell. That was... That escalated very fast.
Many might have done the same in your place.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I understand that. Of all things, like, you don't want your friends or your family and your mom to get killed. I understand the whole move. It's just a sword. I mean...
Just guilt, I feel.
Does he feel like he needs the sword or something?
It's loss. It was in my hands.
Oh no. It cost me the precious. You be the one to throw it.
To toss into the sea on their voyage home.
Give it to Numenor. Don't give it to Numenor. Don't give it to those people, please. What are you doing? Don't even. Why are you opening it up? That's temptation. Close that arm back up. This was a miscalculation, Aaron dear. This was a miscalculation. Bro, this... Oh, shit. Oh! Oh, no! Who is that? What is this? Who is this guy? I know he's the guy with the mark, but who are you? Why are you so special? What did you do? Is he about to flood the whole freaking... Wouldn't everybody be hearing this, or is this not the same time? This is really cute, but there was a flood that was just about to kill everybody. Can we come back to this? You're killing the rhythm. This is one of the good scenes, too. That's what's irritating. You should have done this before the river that was about to flow through everybody. The murder river. What the fudge? Udûn. Is this supposed to be Udûn? I thought we were outside of Mordor. Oh no, he's bracing himself. Oh, he hears it. Ah! Was that what the tunnels were actually for this whole time? Some kind of... Oh my gosh. It was a freaking targeted attack. They never showed that volcano in the other episodes. Oh my gosh. Take shelter? Where? How bizarre. Oh my gosh, what are you supposed to do? Is that the red image of her in the dust and everything? I thought that was from episode 1. Okay. I'm gonna do something I haven't done before. I wanna watch the preview for the next episode. We're gonna do that real quick.
We do not dig in earth that cannot support. Delving into depths beyond the darkness. Their time has come.
Yeah, I was right. That shot that they did for like the announcement of the show. Wow. Okay. Check one. We back. Are we live? Guys, that was episode 6 of the Rings of Power. Udûn. It's a pretty cool reveal. That was a really cool episode for sure, and a very cool reveal for the beginnings of Mordor. I don't want to say that I guessed it right, because I didn't say anything about that, but I definitely could feel it as it was starting to happen, as it was transpiring. I was like, wait, this does make sense. And I was wondering, I didn't get the name of why it was called Udûn. I think I said that in the beginning, but it definitely had me curious going into this episode if we were going to go into the Mordor I'm familiar with. Well, turns out we've been there since episode 1, I think. Yeah, this was a very fun time. I don't mind this episode at all. I'm definitely going to tell Adam for sure, because I know he's obsessed with Lord of the Rings. I'm going to tell him to go watch this and see his thoughts on this. Maybe I can scoop him for the next reaction. I don't know. But, yeah, there's no problems with this episode. There are a couple of nitpicky things I have, some critiques, and that's about it. Is this the best one in the series? Absolutely. Not even a question. This is beating all of them. Is that because of the action? 100%. Is that because I didn't have to deal with the plots that I don't like? You bet. But yeah, just to start on the more negative side and just get out the little things I have beef-wise on the episode, but it's so minuscule. The biggest beef I have with this episode is that I had to watch episodes 1 through 5 to get to this point, because I did not like a lot of these episodes so far. And that's surprising too, because there was really good scenes today with the actors, like in terms of acting quality, with Arendir and Bronwyn and Theo in the scene with the stabbings, which was horrible. Even Isildur, who I do not like in this show, I thought he had really good scenes with Galadriel and Elendil. Though I don't think Elendil and Galadriel are bad actors. I don't even think Isildur is. I just think the moments they've had haven't been like great. But today I actually liked a lot of the moments. I felt like they were touching. Which is, and that's where the nitpick is. It's disappointing because there were some weighty moments, I feel personally, in these episodes, and it falls a tiny bit flat just because I haven't really liked them yet from past experiences. If anything, I feel like this is where I want to be with the show, in terms of me feeling with the audience for the characters. And I will say I'm excited that I'm now feeling that. I just think it's unfortunate that we're 6 episodes in, and the show, I think, only has 2 more episodes to go. So just as a season 1 perspective as a whole, that's pretty late to the game for me to feel that way about characters. And this is not the worst show for sure that I've watched, not even close, but it has some of the hallmarks of bad storytelling, to be fair, because of things that I just mentioned. Now, I think that's about it for the beef I had on this episode, so wipe that free. Let's talk about all the good stuff. This episode was a blast. I wanted to talk about the intro real quick. I mentioned that, and how I saw a TikTok, and it was really cool, and it was this person I assume is a Tolkienite who is very deep on the lore, and he was talking about how cool the patterns are that take place with the sand over that black sheet, and he was making comparisons, and I'll send a YouTube video so you guys can check out the link below. It's a video talking about how these subwoofers, I don't know if that's the right word, but it was a subwoofer of sorts that would put vibrations into a black sheet panel with sand on top, and the sound would literally vibrate and make the sand take patterns like rings, like hexagons and octagons. And what was cool in the video, it was some, I'd have to find the guy real quick. Yeah, so the video begins. It's called Amazing Resonance Experiment, and the quote that starts it is, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." And it's a quote by Nikola Tesla. What is cool about that, and what is cool about the intro having this experiment, I don't want to turn the camera out, you'll just see it in somewhere in the video, but it's doing that same exact thing in the experiment, and the world is forming. The story is being told. You are seeing patterns that the audience is familiar with, telling the story of the rings of power coming into being. What's also cool on a deeper level, and this is kind of what the guy, the Tolkienite I was talking about, was mentioning, is the Valar, or the god Iluvatar of this world, for any hardcore fans, because I actually know this too, because I've read the first few chapters of the Silmarillion, is the god of the world brings life and creation through the sound of music or vibration, and the sound and music to the elves, you see in the show, it has power, and you always hear the quotes, words have power too. So that idea holds very true in the world of Middle Earth. And I mean, you even see it actually with Disa. You see it with Disa because she's literally an echolocation device. Like she sings so that the dwarves know where to accurately mine in the in the stone so that they don't unlock the Balrogs. So I thought that parallel was really cool. Anyway, that was just a quick side note. Sorry for doing like a 5-minute rant already, but to just go through the episode real quick, I think our first scene actually was Arendir basically completely duping the elves up in the tower, which was, a great opener fight sequence. I will say, even though I don't like the slow-mo, I will agree with Will on that point. The action sequences, I think, are really cool, and they have done some nifty things with, like, physical environments for fight sequences, like with the tree fight, which was personally stupid, the tug-of-war fight in, like, episode 3. That was stupid, but the environment, the use of environment for a fight is really cool, especially when you have elves doing their acrobats, and I think today it excelled with Arendir. Yeah, the next sequence, I think, was with Isildur, which was, a cool moment talking with Galadriel, talking about, things he desires. He's the kid that looks out the window in the back of class, looking at things greater than your 9-to-5 daily life. Kind of an ambitious person, which on a somewhat of ambition too. Like I can at least resonate with that because I have found myself in life, wanting to look beyond and see stuff out of the norm of my own society that I'm in. So I like that kind of conversation. I like the idea of adventure. I mean, that's what I feel like most people who like The Lord of the Rings and like The Hobbit can at least relate to, because those stories are basically about that concept that Isildur is finding himself on. And while I don't like the character in the show right now, I at least like that conversational piece. And why he, just as a character, on a basic level, feels a little bit different from all the other boring-ass people in Numenor. And then we learned about his mom with Elendil. Yeah, then we got the rallying speech with Theo, Arendir. Yeah, they're also happy that they're going to be able to fight back. And we got that cool romantic scene with Arendir and Bronwyn with those seeds. Now, I don't know anything about those seeds, but I liked the idea that you plant something before battle as like a ritual, so that even if you fail or you win, that thing can uproot in the darkest of hours. I assume that's what they were going with. Just a cool concept. I don't know why the hell he put it in her wound. I guess it's just... I'm not even going to try to guess. I don't know what that was supposed to do. I thought it was just a plant. But moving on. Next scene. Oh, yeah. The next scene's where the show really started to pick up, because it did two really cool things. One, the orcs came down and we got a boss fight with Arendir versus Bolg 2.0, or I guess 0.0 before Bolg, which was a really cool fight scene. I think they took a lot of inspiration from the Desolation of Smaug fight from Legolas and Bolg in, I think it's called River Lake, something like that. Even like throwing the elf against like the poles underneath the housing, that was cool. The face attacks, Bolg is infamous for having a grotesque face, and that was a pretty gross fight, but it was super satisfying for this episode. We also got the reveal that they sent basically all the humans as the first wave, which is perfect. That's completely evil. I love it only in the sense that it fits the orcs, so I like that moment, because why is an orc going to go first when they have just recruited all these people to serve Sauron? It's a genius tactic, super evil, and it's fitting, and I like it. It makes up for those boring moments that are super underwhelming when you got Adar in the episode before this, only choke slamming the guy because he got upset that he mentioned Sauron. I don't know if I said in the reaction, that like reduced his status significantly. It just, what does that do? That's the least intimidating thing you could do for the only bad guy in the show so far. But it's fine. Adar was a tiny bit cooler in this episode. Yeah, so the next part, this is where it pops off, because this is when they realize that it's not the orcs they've been fighting this whole time, it's the humans. That was really cool because it shows the playing field difference, because they were like, oh yeah, we're winning because we're fighting orcs, and then it was like, oh, it's just random malnourished men that weren't a threat this whole time, and then they just get shot up with a bunch of arrows, which made the enemy feel scarier, for one, because of the tactic I just talked about, and two, because now all of a sudden every shot that they shoot is like hitting every single person that we know, including Bronwyn. Couldn't believe I didn't realize it was her that she got shot. And then that led to one of the more darker scenes in like all of Middle-earth for sure. Ardor just walks in and just starts stabbing people, which, rightly so. Finally, the bad guys are like being intimidating and showing no remorse. Just going to town like, you guys had your chance to turn. You're not turning. We want the weapon. And then Theo, I know he was upset initially about the, giving up the sword, but what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do in that situation? I'm not an elf to save the day. So, Theo did right in that regard to at least save some time. The only problem is it's like a 50-50 risk of, do I give to him and then he just kills us all anyway? Which could very well be the case. But he took the risk and didn't actually end up mattering overall, because that's when the Numenor soldiers actually arrived, which got into the crazy part of the battle. I loved the horse choreography in this episode. That was really cool. I feel like some of the horses went from like real life to CG in some moments, but it was like pretty flawless. I don't think most people will catch on to that. And this was the moments where Galadriel was actually popping off. Really liked her fights in this. Halbrand came in for a save. Elendil got taken off a horse, but he's an older gentleman. Isildur and his buddy got some fighting quickly. And then Ardor ditched out pretty quick. That was another disappointing thing. He didn't really put up a fight. He kind of just pieced out, got dropped from his horse, and captured, which, okay. And it's a little disappointing because I do like the actor playing him. I just wish he had more to do and was a little bit more menacing, but it is season 1. Maybe I shouldn't be expecting so much from the first season villain, because we're going to have at least another season of this show, at minimum. We got the interrogation scene, which was interesting. Galadriel talking to a former elf. And this is where I'm going to need you guys to fill me in, because I'm not really sure, and I feel like Tolkien lore has also been pretty unclear with this, about the differences of elves that are corrupt, and then people like him that are elves but not orcs, and then the Uruk-hai, which I thought were like specifically elves turned into orcs. So is there a difference between Uruk-hai and orcs? Today he even said we prefer being called Uruk. So does that mean orcs are Uruk-hai? I'm getting a little confused. I'm not the most learned Lord of the Rings guy out there. I'm trying to learn without like spoiling myself too much on certain books that I want to read eventually. So if you guys can make that clarification, I would appreciate that. But I liked his speech, like, well, I have a beating heart too. I'm a living thing. I occupy the same space you do. So why is it that you're the only cherished person in this world? Your god, technically, is the reason that I am alive. And now I am pretty sure Ilúvatar created the elves. He didn't create the spawn of the orcs. I think that's what Morgoth / Melkor is responsible for. He twists them and technically makes an original product through old tools, or old assets, I should say. But I guess if he's going with the whole, like, technically Melkor transformed us, God made us, I can understand that little turn, or why he might understand the world from that perspective. If that's what they're going with. I think that's what he was going with. I don't know. But that's a cool way to make you kind of sympathize with the enemy. A little bit. It is interesting, though, because the orc / corrupt elves in this universe, I do believe, are supposed to be more like demonic and unable to ever be redeemed, like we talked about in the other post-talk. I'll be right back. Camera's about to die. VRB. We next have a little quick moment between Galadriel and Halbrand. Them kind of doing the annoying, like, oh, you should fix yourself kind of talk when, like, the other person hasn't fixed themselves yet. That, like, hypocritical advice, I guess you can say. Which, I like the words they are using, and, like, the advice is solid advice, but it's just seem sour from the person it's coming from because they're not doing it themselves, you know what I mean? Like, we just had that moment yesterday about, like, I can't, or not yesterday, last episode about, I can't let it go, the hunt for Sauron, like, I can't let it go, and he's telling Halbrand, whatever it is that you've done in your past, let it go, but it's like, you're still doing this for your brother, you know? You're still hunting the enemy. And while Galadriel's goal is actually a good goal, I support it, she's got to work on, like, the technicality of how she's going about it. I mean, Aldar brings a great point. Like, what is the difference between you and I? It seems like you got some darkness in you, too. And he has a solid point. We know how Galadriel's story plays out. And she's a lot more of a fair, I would say, wiser person by the time we meet her in Fellowship. But, I would have to say, there might be some credit to give to people like Adar for correcting her, because there's nothing saying that, I mean, elves seem pure, but there are orcs. So she has to look out for herself and heed his advice, if anything, so that she doesn't end up like Adar and go all green witchy like she does on Frodo. So that'll be fun to keep an eye on. And, you know, Halbrand had a really wild recovery in this episode in terms of what he wanted last week compared to what he's doing this week. I mean, he's here with the people. He's back in the land that he said he was going to return to. And man, I just didn't think he'd be so quickly accepting of everybody hailing him when he comes back to the town. But I'm sure it makes him feel good. Not sure if he's going to want to bear the responsibility that comes with that territory. I mean, he's a king of the worst land to be a king in. And as we saw at the end of this, I don't know if there's any more land for him to be a king of. Now, here's where this could get cool. I know there's been a lot of theories about him being Sauron or him being the Witch King of Agmar, and, well, he can't be because that's in the north and this is the south, but the south is now gone. This king can go occupy another land now, and this episode has made that clear, that he's not going to be the king of this land. I would assume he's not going to be the king of this land anymore, and I don't think he's dying either. And another thing to keep an eye on is Adar was like, I know who you are. And there was that shot where he, like, turned his back and then didn't move and then kept walking. It's not a good thing to be recognized by evil people like Adar, who, as we saw or heard, has done some evil stuff. So let's keep an eye out for the tendencies of Halbrand and see where he falls more in line with. And I know that Sauron is supposed to take the look of an elf, but I did like the theory of the prophecy of the elf being brought to Numenor, and, oh, it's Galadriel, she's going to bring terror to this town, but she brought a man. She's an elf, fulfilled in the prophecy, but she brought a man that no one would suspect, and at least the audience wouldn't, in the sense that most people are looking for it to be an elf. But Sauron can take multiple forms. Stop it. Sorry, my cat. Stop it. Ow. Probably my cat that just bit me. But I'd be curious if they switch it to a human. And yeah, let's move on. I think this is where... Oh, the Theo scene. Theo also said that he feels a connection. He felt loss. Which, you know, it's a lot like Frodo or anyone who gets tempted by these items of power. So I like that consistency. So much so that he immediately took it out. Instead, he was told to give it to the Númenóreans, get rid of it. He doesn't. He immediately goes and checks it. I don't know if it's because of the loss that he's feeling or because it just doesn't feel like a sword. It feels like an axe, which it was. But then we have, well, before the big thing, Elendil and Isildur also had a great moment about beasts of burden or beasts of war, the horses that obey him because of them feeling the type of person you are, which we know that Aragorn, great man, very balanced in his life, was able to control Brago, I think it was, in the Two Towers. The wild horse of Rohan that no one could make submit, and he just walks in, sings it a song, and it just submits to him. I think that's an extended scene. I don't remember, but I think that's an extended scene. But yeah, I just love that. Elendil definitely is far more of a parallel to Aragorn than Isildur, which is funny because I'm pretty sure Aragorn yells out Elendil when he fights, but he never gives mention to Isildur. He kind of hides from that part of his lineage because of the fall. And yeah, then the big reveal. Udûn is where they are. The Southlands isn't outside of the mountains. We are inside. And they did that shot where they were tearing down the trees and they panned up. I am 100% confident in the third episode they do not show that mountain in the distance. I'm so confident in it that they had to have never panned over to that, because I feel like I would have noticed. But that was also a cool reveal that the tunnels and the trenches were a function for creating the explosion and getting it to travel through the region quicker. And yeah, that was some awesome shots, the HD shots, everybody running around. Great time to finally use slow-mo. And yeah, then the episode ended, and we got that red still from... I've seen that red still from the promos. I'll throw it up now or at some point in the reaction. And the preview looked okay for next week. It looked okay. It looks like we're not returning to these characters that we just were with for a whole episode, which I understand, but it's just going to make the next episode a tiny bit unbearable, because we're back to the plots I'm not super interested in. But that's not saying much, because there's not a lot of plots in this show I am interested in. But what I do expect from next week, the preview, and go away if you don't want to hear this point. Hope you have a nice day, but I want to talk about it real quick. The preview specifically focused on two plots. The Harfoots with not Gandalf, and the dwarves / Elrond going deep into the earth. Now, I feel like, and spoilers ahead, but I feel like it's pretty clear that next episode we're probably going to be getting two big reveals, which is good that they're doing it at the same time because it goes hand in hand. I think we're probably going to get the name of the wizard, of whoever's with the Harfoots. Gandalf, Saruman, one of the Blues, or Radagast. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to know. And then on the other side, it looks like the dwarves are going to dig deep into the earth and find the Balrog, because of that shakiness. And everybody seemed very intense, and everybody was working hard to unearth the Silmarils or the Mithril. What's cool, and I could be wrong about this, I'm pretty sure power-wise and creation-wise, wizards and the Balrog are on the same scale in terms of power, but for the other teams, you know? So I think it would be poetic for both of them to have the reveals in the episode at the same time. Like, we meet the Balrog that kills Gandalf, and we meet Gandalf himself, the two big players in the Fellowship of the Ring that come head-to-head. I think that'd be really cool. Could make the episode really good. Sorry if you actually stayed and listened to that and it ends up being a spoiler for you, if it comes to be. But I felt like the preview made that seem a little bit obvious. I could be wrong. I think we only have 2 more episodes, so I mean, what else are we going to do? We got to do that, finish those plot points, and then have the finale, and hopefully see Sauron in the finale. That is about it. So I hope you guys don't mind this new format for the Rings of Power. It is, like I said, just probably going to be me. I will ask again, see if Adam wants to be a part of next week. But like I said, we got time restraints. We'd rather use our resources elsewhere on other shows when we're all together. This is just something I want to do in the time I had in between other edits I'm doing. I don't know when this is going to be up. I'm going to try to get these up as quick as possible, quicker than when we normally do, now that I'm going to be editing these. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on today's episode of Rings of Power. Udûn. Did you like the big reveal? Did you not? How you feeling about the current state of the show? Are you a little bit more optimistic? Still pessimistic? Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in Thursday's episode. Punch it. Bah!